Good morning. Welcome to Planet Mojo. Today I'm going to do a little bit of a walkabout and kind of give you an update on what's going on here. This spring, this whole area right here is going to be dug out, and we're either going to put in a basement and a small addition or a slab and a small addition. This would be step 2 of the house building. You can see we got house wrap on here. That window right there is framed out for a door, so all I got to do is take the window out and then cut the drywall. That'll come out and there'll be a door up there. And it's supposed to go onto a deck, a flat deck up here. That will come out. That's temporary as well. That'll come out and go down here along with 2 others. One will be for this area and one will be for the downstairs there. And if you've been following along, I'm putting one in up there in that complex wall we got there. So there's going to be a lot of stuff going on back here. Also coming up is starting the seeds that will be planted here, and well, actually the seeds will be planted along the road. I'll show you that in a second. And back here it's just going to get seeded. Wherever there's the oats here, this is a cover crop that will all be seeded in the spring. This stuff right here, I'll do a bit more cutting in the spring and burn whatever's here. And I should be able to seed, maybe an acre. Not sure how much I'll be able to get seeded this year, but I'm hoping for about an acre. It's been windy and very cold lately. I think yesterday was about 20 degrees, which isn't very cold, but with the wind nearly 20 miles an hour, it's nasty. Little blue stem looks really nice for first year grass. Really nice. I can't wait until this is a few years old. This is where I'll be planting in the spring, that whole front part. Wherever there is openings, well, some of the openings will stay, but closer to the road I'll be planting seedlings. The rest of this is going to get sprayed with pre-emergent so that weeds don't start up, and then I'll be spot planting wildflowers and other types of prairie grass. Same thing with the entire row of gardens here and along the road down by the vineyard. I'm going to be planting either seeds or seedlings that I start in the greenhouse. Here is the oak Savanna trees in the winter. Just beautiful. But there is a ton of stuff that needs to come out to get this restored. I was watching YouTube the other day while I was doing some work, and a video came on and it showed a ravine very similar to this, but probably the view from down there a bit. And I thought at first that it was one of my videos, and it turned out to be, 50 acres and a cabin about a guy, I think it's in Kentucky, but I'm not sure. But he's building an off-grid cabin on his 50-acre plot in I guess Kentucky. Pretty cool channel. You should go check it out. Yeah, this area on the ravine is probably closer to the ravine on the 50 acres video, or possibly down at the bottom. But looking at it, this is quite a bit deeper. If you've seen some of the older videos, this is probably We measured it one time and it was 35 feet deep, but that was up there. It's deeper right here. Yeah, this is beautiful when there's water flowing over it, but that rarely happens. It generally just soaks in. The only time we really get water in here is when there's a really heavy storm after it's been raining for a few days and the soil is saturated, or on a big melt when it melts all at once. But if it melts slow, nothing. Which is too bad. It's really cool down here with all the waterfalls and stuff. Big ass maple tree. Here's another project for next year. This was supposed to happen for 2 years now. It was supposed to happen last year and the year before. We had a big, huge rain, and it washed out a lot of the road, and then way at the bottom, you could see how the road curves and goes around in the winter. Well, it goes around again. It kind of like switchbacks at the very bottom where the main ravine is, which is at ground level. It washed down about 2 feet, so we can't get through to the other side. I'm not sure how well this shows, but there's that ridge on the other side. We own up to the top of that as well, so we're missing about half of our land by having a bad road here. So really all we need to do is get a dozer in here to scrape this again and fill in the ruts. Then we'll have to get some water bars in here and get some culverts to divert some of the water again. When it was new, it had water bars, but they got worn down from using the road when it was wet. And, you know, it lets the water get going pretty quick, and this is what you get. So hopefully we can get this done this spring. At a minimum, we need to get a dozer down here to scrape it, get onto the other side, and then put in a couple more water bars. You know, that's $100 and some an hour. I think it's probably 140 now. So the last time we had it done, it took him about 4 hours. So, you know, you're talking $600 or so. My screen came off of this. This is American Chestnut. The ones here in the woods did not do very good, and last year the deer bit the top off of the best one over here. Just had not very good luck with the American Chestnuts. Got some coyote prints right here. 2 different coyote. That's a good size one, and a little yearling, little pup. Lots of deer print and lots of coyote prints through here. A lot more coyote prints than the last time I was here. What I really like to see is bobcat prints. Go follow them around and see where they're hanging out. The last time I found bobcat prints here, I followed it through the woods, up the other ridge, and all the way along the top side of the ridge. And then another bobcat. There was 2 sets of prints. I don't know if they were from the same time, or if it could have actually been the same bobcat that came around, but another bobcat joined the bobcat I was tracking. But they could have been the same bobcat a day apart or something. Yeah, lots of coyote prints down here. This is what I need along that steep road, but not quite like this. Interesting note, when you put in pipes like this, see, this catches the water coming down the hill in a trench here and then gets it to the other side without washing out the road. But when you put these in, you need a few feet of clearance between the end of the pipe and the ground. That way leaves or anything that go through it will have a place to drop down and not plug it up. If you have that come through at ground level, and that's how the guy who built the road did it. It just ended right there. You can see the splice. They come out and pile up at the end until they block the pipe. Once they start blocking the pipe, they just start filling up. The pipe will fill up all the way to the other side, and it'll be useless, and it'll be really hard to clean out. So if you're putting in culvert pipes, that's how you do it. So the ones that I'm putting in along the road going down, I think they'll probably be this size. It's a small pipe, but it's all that's needed here. So I'll probably do the same. In a small pipe, the water moves faster, so I'm hoping they'll be self-cleaning, and I'll put some 12 inchers down along that road down there as well. Not a whole hell of a lot of downed trees, which is very surprising. There's dead trees everywhere in here. You can kind of see this is probably an old logging road going through here. And here's the chair in the woods. I put this here when we first built the road, so this will be its 4th winter, I think. I was hoping that it would get full of the really thick moss that we have around here right away, but it's taking forever. But you could see the footstool is full of it, as well as the front of the chair, but like the back and stuff, not so much. It's interesting. I want to see what how long it takes to just completely fall apart and go back to the woods. Everything there should completely rot. The springs, the fabric, which is really surprising it's still there. It's kind of an art project. This is where I was doing the hack and squirt this last spring. A whole lot of these trees are dead, but the ones that aren't, I have to get in there and do it again this year, and drop some trees and burn. Problem is, with doing the addition and the greenhouse work and all the other stuff, I'm not sure how much I'll be able to do down here. At a minimum, I have to get in and clear the trees that have fallen on the fence. But as far as in here, it remains to be seen. I do have to get some seed in there no matter what. Get in there with some 2,4-D, kill out the forbs, and get some grass growing in there. This area came out pretty good. The deer have already eaten down the oats that were planted here. And next year, I just need to get rid of some more of these weed trees, throw them on them piles over there, and get that burned up. And then I'm going to plant some prairie grass here, see how it does. It's going to be a very, very busy spring. Also, we have the vineyard. That needs to be pruned in mid-March, which is right around the time I have to start the seedlings in the greenhouse. That takes about 2 days, I think. Maybe I can get it done in 1 day. So that's not too bad. Yeah, this is almost all prunings from the vineyard last year when it was full of disease. I never got to burning it, so I'll have to come down with some kerosene and get that burned. I can actually burn it now, which wouldn't be a bad idea. Yeah, maybe I'll get at it this week. Not a bad idea. Get something taken care of. I got this pile and that pile, and burning it now in the winter will be a lot better than burning it in the spring. I don't want to damage this American chestnut. Yeah, today's the first day that it was nice enough to really take a walk. It was so windy the last few days that the wind noise would have been just horrendous, so really couldn't go outside and film at all. I was working on the wall upstairs, and I got the wiring 90% done. I'm going to be finishing that up today. Oh, and it's Christmas Eve, so not sure how much I'll do today, but we celebrate Christmas on Christmas Day, so I can work all day. Yep, this needs burning as well. And that, I'm going to have to contact the new neighbors that built that thing and ask them if I can clear that. That's almost all invasive stuff, and having it right next to this will really suck. So hopefully they're game to just clear this crap out and have some savanna and prairie right next to them. I have to contact them. In the spring, I'll be planting native prairie grass right along the road here. We've been cutting it and cutting it with the lawnmower, and then you got to get in here with the trimmer, and it's just a pain in the butt. So I think I found a short native prairie grass that'll grow well in this gravelly, salty soil. So we're going to give that a try as well. In a couple days, I'm going to be frost seeding between the fence and the road all the way up to by the horses up there. This area is like solid foxtail, and I need to get some orchard grass growing here, so the frost seeding will help get it going next year. If you've been following the channel at all, you'll remember that I took out, I don't know how many trees it was, just maybe a zillion, all along the road and throughout this field. They were all dead ones that were killed the year before. So this coming year, with my very limited time, I'm probably just gonna kill any trees that are still alive back here, and then cut them as I can. You can see that one was killed. Some of these have been girdled, so they're dead and ready to fall, and a lot have fallen like that there. So I don't know how much time I'll be able to spend over here this year, but the grass is already all the way to the edge, so if we get it cleared out enough to get the mower in here, like right through here, we'll be way ahead of the game. We can mow all the way back up and through there. But again, it's a whole lot of work, so with all the other stuff going on, we'll see what we can get done. This won't be a huge priority. It was the biggest priority the last 2 years because we didn't have enough pasture for the horses. Now we just bought that new land and we seeded it, so we have plenty of grass, so this can take a back seat. So as time allows, we'll get this area cleaned up as well. This guy here had a doctor visit yesterday. He, according to the doctor, he has Lyme disease. But I guess my wife was talking to some, oh honey, I don't have any food for you. My wife was talking to one of her horse people and she doesn't think so, but we'll see. They have to take a test, I guess. But Lyme disease sucks. I've had it already, so I know what it's like. Honey, I don't have any carrots. Hi, big guy. You feeling poorly? Man, do they have a big coat on right now. Their winter coat is really thick. Keep them warm in this nasty Wisconsin weather. Okay, I gotta wrap this up. I got a little bit of drywalling to do, a little bit of wiring, this, that, the other thing. If you like the videos, please subscribe to the channel. Click on the update icon so you receive notice when we post new stuff. Thanks for watching and have a great day.